Hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we'll take a heartfelt journey together. From the warm morning when Huyen holds little Maya's hand on the way to school, to the cheerful greetings with neighbors, and a simple lunch with freshly baked bread. In the afternoon, Maya joins the laughter of other children, and by night, mother and daughter share tender whispers about dreams for the future. These simple yet precious moments weave a day that feels complete, filled with love and hope. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss our next videos. On a serene morning, the first rays of sunlight filtered through the foliage, gently casting their glow on the small village path. Along that path, Huyen held the hand of her little daughter, Maya. The mother and daughter walked leisurely, their shadows stretching long across the dew-kissed ground. The cheerful chirping of birds served as a morning symphony, mingling with the warm greetings of neighbors. Huyen smiled in response, her voice carrying a mix of joy and a hint of nervousness. Today was a special day, the day their family officially moved into their new home. It wasn't just a place to live, it was where the first hearth would be kindled, marking the start of dreams and hopes for a peaceful future. In Vietnamese culture, the housewarming ceremony is more than a formality. It is a sacred promise to the ancestors to live well, with responsibility, and to seek blessings for a smooth beginning. Maya, with her wide, curious eyes, suddenly pointed toward two cows standing at the gate of the new house. "Mom, are they welcoming us too?" Her innocent question made Huyen laugh. She hugged her daughter tightly, her heart swelling with happiness, but tinged with a trace of worry. Would this house truly bring them peace? The thought of financial burdens, especially Maya's school fees, flickered in her mind. But her daughter's bright, radiant eyes were like a guiding light, fueling Huyen's belief that tomorrow would be brighter. The sky was a clear, vibrant blue, as if walking alongside the mother and daughter. Huyen held Maya's hand tightly, stepping confidently toward the school, reassuring herself that today, everything must be perfect. Soon, the lively scene of the morning market came into view. The bustling sounds of buyers and sellers filled the air, blending with the calls of vendors and cheerful chatter. Amid the busy crowd, Huyen skillfully maneuvered, her hands laden with heavy bags. She carried a boiled chicken, a portion of fragrant sticky rice, some clothes hangers, and a bowl of steaming yam porridge for her partner waiting at home. Each item she carried was an essential piece of the housewarming ceremony, imbued with hopes for peace and abundance. The sweet aroma of sticky rice wafted through the air, reminding her of village festivals from her childhood, when her grandparents and parents stood before the altar, praying with utmost reverence. Now, it was Huyen's turn to carry that responsibility, and she wanted to do it flawlessly. Huyen's eyes scanned each item, checking carefully to ensure nothing was forgotten. In her gaze was a mix of caution and love, as if she were trying to encapsulate her family's future in every small choice. Thinking of Maya and the hardships they had overcome, the new house appeared in her mind as a warm flame, giving her the strength to keep moving forward. Yet, time was relentless, and the pressure of the ticking clock loomed. The ceremony had to begin on time, without delay. With that thought, Huyen hurried home, her steps quickening, but still carrying silent prayers. Please let everything go smoothly. Please let our family find peace. The market faded into the distance, but in Huyen's eyes, the flame of hope burned brightly, as vivid as the fire soon to be lit in their new kitchen. By noon, the scorching sun beat down on the pristine tiled roof. Inside the house, Huyen and her partner worked tirelessly, sweat dripping from their brows. The rhythmic sound of hammering mingled with the whir of screws, blending with their hurried breaths. Huyen handed him the clothes hangers, while he patiently tightened each small screw to assemble the door. The sturdy new door was like a firm promise. This would be a lasting home for their family. Suddenly, he paused, his gaze quietly turning to Huyen. His voice softened, sincere. "Thank you. Because of you, my life has more meaning." The simple words hit her like a stone dropped into a still pond, causing her to pause. Her eyes welled up, but she quickly hid it with a gentle smile. They resumed their work, together building the kitchen table where the first fire would soon burn. Each hammer strike was like a heartbeat, pulsing with hope and love. Still, the shadow of time hovered over them. The housewarming ceremony that afternoon could not be delayed. As Huyen drove in the final nail, her mind was filled with images of Maya and visions of a warm, smoky kitchen. Joy mingled with worry, like the harsh sunlight intertwining with the shade on the courtyard, creating a scene both vibrant and full of contemplation. As the afternoon arrived, dark clouds rolled in, signaling an approaching rain. Huyen's heart sank, but her hands kept moving swiftly. The smell of boiled chicken mingled with the sweet fragrance of sticky rice, warming the new kitchen. With care and precision, she arranged each item on the offering table, every movement infused with reverence for their ancestors. Her partner didn't stand idle either. He brought more items from their old home. Seeing Huyen's busyness, he softly asked, "Do you need any help?" She shook her head, but her eyes couldn't hide her concern. Would the rain disrupt this important ceremony? Outside, Bibi, their loyal dog, barked loudly as the first raindrops fell. The sound was like a call to action, urging them to finish everything quickly. Huyen lit the incense, its smoke curling upward, swirling around the ceiling, carrying her heartfelt prayers. In her heart burned a single fervent wish. May our ancestors bear witness and bless our family with peace and warmth. Thinking of Maya, soon to return from school, Huyen's heart warmed. Despite the weight of pressure and the worry of the rain, she believed that as long as her family was together, everything would be all right. She glanced at her partner, their eyes meeting in a quiet exchange of trust. The new house, though still unfinished, was already filled with warmth. The warmth of a true home. As the afternoon settled, golden sunlight stretched like honey across the small path leading home. Maya skipped along, her pink dress fluttering with each step, her laughter ringing out. Huyen walked more slowly behind, her eyes following her daughter, a rare sense of peace filling her heart. The mother and daughter stopped at a small roadside stall, buying some freshly baked cakes, still warm from the oven. Maya took a bite, exclaimed in delight, then offered the rest to her mother. That simple moment made Huyen's heart soften. She thought, happiness doesn't always require grand things. As long as her daughter was healthy and her smile radiant by her side, it was enough. The sound of neighborhood children playing soccer echoed through the air. Maya eagerly wanted to join, but hesitated, looking back at her mother. Huyen smiled and nodded encouragingly. Watching Maya blend in with her friends, chasing the ball with flushed cheeks, Huyen felt a weight lift from her heart, as if all her burdens had been set aside. As dusk fell, the mother and daughter returned to their modest home at the end of the alley. Though simple, with faded walls and a patchy roof, to Huyen and Maya, it was the warmest place in the world. Huyen opened the creaky wooden door, and a familiar scent enveloped them, like an embrace after a long day. Maya ran inside, pulling out her simple toys, a few old dolls, a chipped set of building blocks. But with her vivid imagination, she could create an entire world of her own. Huyen sat beside her, mending an old shirt while listening to her daughter's animated stories. The child's clear, sometimes halting voice was filled with joy. In that moment, Huyen silently vowed to herself, no matter how tough life became, she would strive to give Maya a complete childhood. The mother's eyes gleamed with determination, like a small flame illuminating the humble room. As night fell, the village sank into stillness. The chirping of crickets blended with the gentle breeze rustling through the old tiled roof. Maya lay in her mother's arms, her wide eyes gazing at the ceiling before she whispered, "Mom, can I become a teacher when I grow up?" Huyen smiled softly, her hand gently stroking her daughter's hair. "Of course, sweetheart. Just study hard and do what you love, and I'll always be by your side." Maya nodded slightly, hugging her mother tighter. Her eyes slowly closed in peaceful slumber. Huyen sat quietly, gazing at her daughter's innocent face. A single tear rolled down her cheek, not from sadness, but from a mix of happiness and resolve. She told herself, no matter how harsh life might be, she would never let that smile fade. As the night deepened, a faint golden light glowed from the small house. Outside, the world continued with its hustle and bustle. But in this simple space, love was enough to make the day complete. Today's journey held no grand events, just a morning walk to school hand in hand with her daughter, a midday stop at a small stall, an afternoon filled with children's laughter, and an evening lulling her child to sleep. Yet, it was these simple moments that gave strength and nourished hope for the future.
Khi hoàng hôn buông
The
xuống,
story ends here,
Đệ và
but
Adam
it is not truly
lội qua
over.
khu rừng
For
sương
each day
mờ
that passes,
dưới
Huyen
cơn
and
phùn
Maya
mưa nhẹ,
continue to write their own
đuổi
journey,
theo một bóng
The
dáng
journey
bí ẩn
filled
trong
with
giống
love,
huyền.
faith, and
Dù
resilience.
họ tuyệt vọng,
This
đuổi
story
theo qua
follows
cơn
Huyen
mưa
and her
bùn
little
đầy,
daughter Maya
cô
through a
ấy
day
biến
filled
mất
with
vào
simple
trong bóng
yet
tối,
heartfelt
để
moments.
lại trong Đệ
In the
một nỗi
morning,
đau nhón
Huyen
xen
gently
lẫn hy
holds
vọng
Maya's
và
hand
nghi ngờ.
on the way to school.
Sau đó
As
họ tìm
warm
thấy
smiles
cô,
and
một
greetings
cô gái trẻ
light up
ốm
their
yếu
village path.
và bất tỉnh
At noon,
bên
They
rìa
share a
rừng.
freshly baked pastry,
Nhưng cô ấy
turning an
không phải
ordinary
Huyền.
snack into a memory of
Mọi
love.
người đưa cô ấy đến
In the
nơi an
afternoon,
toàn,
Maya
trong
joins
khi
neighborhood children in
tâm trí
laughter
Đệ
and
vẫn
play,
ám ảnh
while
bởi
Huyen
hình ảnh
quietly
thoáng
watches with
qua và
contentment.
người phụ nữ
As night
mà anh
falls,
nghĩ là
inside
Huyền.
their humble home, Maya
Sáng hôm
whispers her dream
sau,
of becoming a teacher.
Tử Vi tỉnh dậy
Huyen
trong một
softly
căn phòng
promises to
xa
always
lạ
be by
và
her
cảm
side.
thấy bất an,
The day ends
nhưng
without
bị
dramatic
cuốn hút
twists,
bởi sự
yet its quiet
điềm
rhythm
tĩnh của
holds the
Đệ.
sweetness of connection,
Trong khi Adam
nurturing
xuất
both
hiện,
hope and strength.
một buồng không khí căng
Through
thẳng
these
lặng
tender
lẽ bao
moments,
trùm, gợi
mother
lên
and daughter
những mối
weave
liên
not
hệ
just a
tiềm
day,
ẩn
but a story
và
of
quá
love
khứ
and
chung
resilience for the future.
cùng nhau.